What's going on, my Cardano friends? It's your Cardano friend Jack here, and today we're going to be talking about Cardano and the new horizons as well as the old horizons in the news. And we're also going to be talking about AAA banking on Cardano. So with that being said, let's get right into the good stuff. But if you want to first earn passive ADA on your ADA, please consider staking with my stake pool, ticker symbol Jack. Now, the first piece of news that I want to outline is Charles responding to a exchange listing, and this exchange listing is none other than Bitpoint. This is a Japanese exchange, and it's not the biggest thing in the world, but every exchange adding Cardano to their coin offerings is going to be big. And I really like this Japanese exchange, input output Hong Kong. So I think it's pretty important that we outline things like this when they come up, and Charles responded to it, so I figured I might as well. Now, on the old horizons front, and we're going to go back to the new horizons front, but on the old horizons front is the repetitive giveaway scams that have been on Cardano for quite a while now. And Charles actually felt the need to make an 11-minute video about this, essentially just explaining over and over and over again that do not send your ADA to someone to get ADA back. If it's too good to be true, well, it's too good to be true, and you never get something for nothing, okay? You never get something for nothing unless you're the scammers and people are just sending you ADA because you're not sending anything back. In that case, you're getting something for nothing, but you need to be careful. Don't send your ADA unless you're okay with not getting it back, okay? And all of these too good to be true things, if you just spent 10 seconds Google searching, you would find out they are scams, okay? They are scams. Just use common sense and be very, very careful. No one's going to approach you and say, I have a 10,000% investment for you. Just send me some Cardano, right? You got to be careful. You got to do your own thought processing. But Charles got really emotional in this video because a lot of people are coming up to him, emailing him death threats, things like that. And it's not cool. But there's also not much they can do about it. On these huge platforms like YouTube, they can't directly do anything. Charles can't directly sue these people. They're often in countries that aren't in the jurisdiction of the United States and similar things like that. But please, 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 the easiest way we can fix this is don't send your ADA to scammers. Don't get scammed. Don't send your ADA away, period. Put it on your ledger, put it on a hard wallet, cold storage, put it somewhere safe, and stake it. If you want to stake with ticker symbol Jack, that's a great way to do it. You always have access to your ADA when you're staking on the official sites and with official stake pools, so it's hard to get scammed that way. You can't get scammed from the stake pools, okay? Don't send your ADA out, delegate it. Now, moving on, the new horizons in Cardano, right? What is the new horizons? Well, another new horizon is the C fund, the Cardano fund, has made another investment, and this investment is going into the block swap team for the creation of Open Saver. And this is going to be a new savings account to allow eligible participants to benefit from high returns of holding green cryptocurrencies. We're going to read the full article in a sec here, and it's pretty freaking awesome. Essentially, C Fund is an investment vehicle made by Cardano, and they're offering $500,000 to BlockSwap to integrate this platform. This is going to be managed by Wave Financial. They're a leading digital asset firm with over 500 million in assets under management. But C Fund is a 20 million innovation fund that supports the development of products, services, and infrastructure on the eco-friendly Cardano blockchain. So now that you know what C Fund is, let's talk about what the point of BlockSwap is and what they're trying to do. And essentially what they're trying to do, I can read all this over and over again, is open a new savings account that is DeFi friendly. So the DeFi space is growing, but there's not much room for, mitigating risk. And having a savings account that gives access to pretty much anyone is really huge, especially in, underdeveloped parts of the world that don't have access to savings account or bank accounts. This is one way to offer those, and 7% at that for the Open Saver account. There's going to be different accounts. This is essentially going to open up high return savings to a mass global audience rather than just the people in the States or Canada or wherever else that has access to traditional legacy financial systems. This allows everyone to have access to those systems. And that's really huge. That's a lot of what Cardano is trying to do, bank the unbanked and give access to tools that normally they wouldn't have, right? So this is a really important step from Cardano and for Cardano, because doing these types of things is essentially the main mission behind Cardano, right? And Open Saver is essentially just a universal basic savings account, but it's using cryptocurrency and it enables users to earn a yield from their native currency without going through any additional hurdles, which is really important. Simplicity is really important for adopting new people and new people to adopt this kind of thing. But this also ensures the yield is perpetual by backing it with a POS asset collateral on-chain, which is also important that it's mitigating risk. Open Saver is a new architecture built from the ground, bringing a sustainable saving market for the mainstream users. Pretty important that this is mainstreamed, and also pretty important that it's sustainable, like I said earlier. Every asset in the Open Saver ecosystem will have a fixed native yield. In this case, Saver Dollar has 7%, which comes from bonded POS asset as the collateral backing that deposit. So 7% is pretty freaking good. And if this is access to everyone, this is given to everyone on the same scale, that's pretty awesome. So now how does BlockSwap come into play? I know they're making an Open Saver account, but what does BlockSwap actually do, right? Well, essentially the BlockSwap network makes all these proof of stake benefits accessible to everyone as the ultimate financial fallback. Our automated stake liquidity protocol allows native POS inflation to be available as a non-speculative base yield for sustainable DeFi. So a lot of jumbo numbo, a lot of big words, but essentially they're automating the stake liquidity protocol, which is still big words, and they're allowing it to be sustainable. You know, they're mitigating risk, they're making it user friendly, they're mainstreaming it, things like that. And with a $500,000 investment from C Fund, they can essentially kickstart themselves towards this universal basic saving approach, where they have different savings account that yield 7% or more, and it's offered to everyone around the globe. Pretty awesome stuff. And that's all from this partnership today. But there's also another partnership on the New Horizons front. And in that partnership we just talked about was also part of the AAA banking. So keep that in mind. But the New Horizon would be the OCAM C Fund investment. So C Fund's also invested into OCAMFi. And I did kind of a video on this earlier. We're not going to go too deep into this, but another strategic investment from C Fund that is supporting the OCAMFi ecosystem. Now, one last thing before we go on the AAA banking front is an analogy between Cardano and other types of cryptocurrency. So here it is, right? Being in Cardano is like having money in the safest AAA rated bank in town, earning 5% interest while new products slowly get added. Meanwhile, in the CCC rated bank next door, that got robbed 3 times last year, their smelly drunk clerks laugh at you because they had bank lockers first. So I think you know what Cardano Will is getting at, but essentially Cardano is going to be, in my eyes, in many people's eyes, the AAA banking of cryptocurrencies. Now, maybe we're wrong, maybe we're right, doesn't really matter. I want crypto to succeed in general, but I thought this analogy was pretty freaking spot on for people who hate on Cardano and call it bad because it's slow or because they don't have smart contracts yet. Having a AAA rated bank that does things first, isn't always the best. You want a AAA rated bank that maybe doesn't do things first, but they do things the right way the first time around. Otherwise, they're going to become a CCC rated bank. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Cardano Daily, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. It's been your friend Jack. Peace out.